What's up guys, we are Mary and Sean and we are a Singaporean nomadic couple travelling from Singapore all the way to Europe. And this week we'll be covering Chiang Mai region, which is one of our favourite places in Thailand. And we'll be going through a list of curated pics that we have personally visited within the region, covering things all the way from places that the locals recommended, hidden gems, cafes to work in, so on and so forth. So there's something for everyone, and we'll be covering Chiang Dao, Chiang Rai and Chiang Mai in this order. Everything that we'll be covering today, the links are in the description below, and we have also organized them neatly into timestamps, so feel free to skip ahead if needed. And with that, let's jump in. Okay, so let's start off our picks in Chiang Dao, where we have the Pading National Park, located near the Burmese border. Personally, we visited Sangwan Waterfall, a non-slippery limestone waterfall near the entrance, as well as the amazing, mineral-rich Hong Ang Hot Spring where we had a revitalizing soak. The park has an entrance fee of about 100 baht per person, which can also be used across the various landmarks within the resort itself. Next up, you can visit Wat Tham Chiang Dao, cave system nearby. We've been to numerous caves around Southeast Asia, but this stood out for its raw, untouched beauty. There is an entrance fee of about 40 baht, but once within, in order to explore the larger cave system, which we highly encourage, you need to pay an additional 200 baht to hire a local guide who's already waiting for you within. So we let our imagination run wild as we identified the various animals and shapes the rock formations resemble. Remember to tip the guides, yeah? Next up, we have Wat Tham Pha Plong, a temple nestled within the mountains that you can visit to find some peace and quiet. Right at the entrance, there will sometimes be bags of items that you can help bring up the 550 steps that awaits you as you climb up to the serene temple grounds. Along the way, there are numerous Buddhist verses and phrases to reflect upon and a beautiful cave temple and picturesque views at the summit. Another temple peak that I personally love the most out of all these peaks, one which has zero tourists, is Wat Phra Thap Doi Mon Ching. Sorry if I butchered the name. Our hired driver, noticing our love for temples, actually recommended and drove us to this hidden gem without us prompting. And there is a golden rock which is rumoured to bring luck when you touch it, and the views here are simply breathtaking. It's truly a core memory that will stay with us for a very long time indeed. Let's head back to town for coffee. Mountainella Cafe is located smack in the middle of town, near where the Thursday market is held. We love the clean white interior that seamlessly blended into the rich wooden and burgundy walls. The coffee and pastry served was so delicious, and nomads rejoice for it offers reliable 5G Wi-Fi. For our last pick in Chiang Dao, we have the absolute best khao soi, at least in our opinion, that we had in the entire Chiang Mai region. This hidden gem is tucked away within the streets of Chiang Dao, near the earlier cafe pick. The broth was silky smooth with rich coconut infused within the spicy concoction. Lime only added to the mouth-watering dish, and the chicken was so tender. An absolute must-try. Let's pop over to Chiang Rai, another popular spot within the region. First up, we have Tre Phong Tea. Opened up by a Thai-Chinese family, the name means lush pigs. When we visited, there was a downpour, so we did not manage to walk down the aisles of tea, but it was equally, if not more mesmerizing, with the misty ambience, and we managed to take amazing shots with nobody in the photos. There was a hall where you can order and enjoy the oolong tea that they produce, as well as a tea tasting session that you can also join. Can you say you have visited Chiang Rai if you haven't been to the iconic White Temple? This beautiful temple is really more an artwork than a place for worship. Restored by national artists whose name I shall not butcher, it brings you through a spiritual journey the moment you step into the grounds, meant to transport you from the clutches of hell into the heavenly space. It is truly one of those landmarks where film and photo is never able to compensate for its grandeur. A must visit for sure. Food time, we have Chef King. This was truly a hidden gem that's nestled within a housing estate. We only came to know about it as the owner of the hotel that we stayed in highly recommended it to us. The chef was once from a top restaurant and returned to Chiang Rai to set up his own shop right outside his home. The food quality is top-notch at regular, everyday prices too. The fact that the staff speaks English as well is a huge plus, and we truly enjoyed his signature creamy egg rice, so do check it out. Nam Niao is a must-try when you're up north, and this was one of the best that we've tried during our month-long stay in the region. You know it's good when it is completely full of tourists and had a long queue full of locals. We had to wait a good 20 minutes for the food, but it was worth every single second. The broth is reminiscent of Chinese soups more so than traditional Thai dishes, tending towards the savory more so than the sweet, and it was really rich with just enough kick to spice things up. I think you have noticed that we try to squeeze in as many truly local gems as much as we can within our list. So if you are up for content like that, do consider subscribing. So with that, let's continue. And literally zipping into Chiang Mai, we have King Kong Zipline. There are numerous zipline experiences within Chiang Mai itself, and I'm sure the quality will differ across the different companies. So for us, we chose King Kong for they were easily bookable via Klook at reasonable prices, and they had great reviews, especially on their safety and had transfer as well as meals included. At 1,200 meters, they were also Asia's longest and highest zipline, so we thought we either go big or we go home. And we definitely did not go home. It is and will remain as one of our best experiences that we have had in Chiang Mai. Video link above and in the description below to view our vlog of the experience. Another hidden gem nestled in a popular street within the ancient city, we have Wat Sen Myanmar Luang. This peaceful oasis located in the middle of the ancient city was a welcome respite from the throngs of crowd. We love the refreshing Burmese style colorations that adorn this huge temple complex, delicately balanced with Thailand's signature ornate carvings. Personally, it is our favourite temple to chill within Chiang Mai. This is the famous cousin of our previous temple recommendation, aptly named the Silver Temple. Wat Sri Sufan's silver ornamentation is rooted in the local silversmithing culture of the Chiang Mai region. The temple is not huge, but it's pretty crowded, so do visit earlier in the morning as they open up at 6 AM. And please do note that, like some temples in Thailand, only men are allowed within the ordination hall. Next up for food, head over to Thai Food Resto for their signature curry dishes. We got greedy and ordered 2 curry dishes just to try out the flavors offered and were blown away with the creaminess and aroma of the spices. Last but not least, in our usual fashion, we shall leave you with this list of night markets across the 3 regions that we've covered. Comment down below your recommendations in these markets if you have visited them. We also leave the links to our blogs here for you to discover some of the other places that we visited that may not be within this list. Bye!